After Prime Minister Mark Carney indicated after his trip down to D.C. that he was looking forward to hosting Donald Trump at Canada-U.S, the White House confirmed today that Air Force One will be routing to the Rockies for that high-stakes summit next month. And this is where we're expecting kind of the next frontier on the conversation around tariffs to take place. Obviously, it was a part of the conversations here, but there was no resolution. All of the other G7 nations have come away with it, understanding that they're going to have to take this on one-on-one conversations with the U.S. We do expect that will play out at that high-stakes summit next month in Canada-U.S, which Mark Carney is hosting.
And, of course, the finance and central bankers, ministers all met. What did they achieve during those meetings?
Yeah, so the big takeaway, according to Canada's finance minister, is the fact alone that they got a joint communique. That was kind of one of the questions coming into today over what they could actually agree on. So some of the things that they were able to find consensus on: a new call to action to tackle financial crime, some more wording around supporting Ukraine, as well as looking at trying to get at what they're calling low-value shipments, kind of flooding the market from China, places like Shein and Temu. But one of the big question marks here, notable omission from that joint communique, is the fact that trade was only mentioned once and tariffs not at all. So I asked Canada's finance minister specifically, was this just the elephant in the room, or was the trade war addressed head on? Amanda, here's a bit of what he had to say.
So there's no doubt that there's discussion around that policy of tariff by the United States, but I would say there's also a very constructive discussion about what's the way forward that we can adopt and where can we find common ground to tackle other global challenges, like we've seen overcapacity, non-market practices, which are affecting our respective economies.
So that sentiment of maintaining common ground is something we should expect to see the Canadian delegation continue into next month. We'll see as well, Amanda, if there's any shift on the language around Ukraine. Notable that in past communiques, they've called Russia's invasion illegal, but what we saw today was not that, just reaffirming support and kind of waiting to see if further sanctions could be levied if no ceasefire is reached.